Welcome to Frenchify with the French Dude. Unlocking fluency with Coach Sam. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Pronunciation is the very first thing you should learn, simply because bad habits are hard to break. So, learn the right French pronunciation from the very beginning. Pronunciation is the fundamental of your ability to speak French. If you don't have the right pronunciation, people won't understand you. And there's nothing more frustrating than having to repeat yourself over and over again. French pronunciation can feel like a puzzle because of many silent letters and unique vowel sounds, but it actually follows very consistent patterns. Once you learn these fundamental rules, you can predict how almost any word is pronounced in French. To learn French, you have to be flexible because French has a lot of rules, and at the same time, the rules has a lot of exception. Being flexible will help you navigate well through the language. Today, we are going to learn 5 French pronunciation rules. Allons-y. First, the silent final rules. In most French words, most consonants at the very end of a French word are not pronounced. That is one of the most important hurdles for English speakers to overcome. If you see a word ending in S, T, D, X, or Z, you generally stop the sound at the vowel preceding it. Common silent endings to watch. For instance, S in Paris. In English, we say Paris, but in French, we say Paris. Paris. Like in très, très, which means very. We don't say très, we say très. Also, when you want to say you, we say vous. We don't say vous, we say vous. The T in salut is silent, so we don't say salute, we say salut. All right, so we say chocolat. We don't say chocolat, we say chocolat. The T is silent. Also, we also have gouvernement. Gouvernement. We don't pronounce the T. Also, D, we don't pronounce D. We have froid. Froid. We don't say froid. We say froid. We also have canard. Canard. And we also have grand. All right. The X also we have what we call prix. So we don't say prise on the prix. We say prix. Also, we have do. Do, which means number 2. We say do. All right. The impact of the silent E. The letter E acts like a key that unlocks the sound of consonant before it, which is a masculine and feminine. A masculine, we say grand. Grand. The D is not pronounced, but once you have the E that is followed, we can say grand, which signify feminine. Grand. Also, we have petit. Petit. But in the feminine, when there's an E, we say petite. Petite. All right, number 2. So we're going to be looking at the silent H and the aspirated H, which is H muet et H aspiré. In French, the letter H never makes a sound. We have the silent H and we have the aspirated H. All right, so let's start with the silent H, which is the H muet. The silent H acts like a vowel. This means liaison and elision are allowed. For instance, we have l'homme. L'homme, which means the man. So we say l'homme. We don't say le homme. No, on dit l'homme. We also have l'hôtel. L'hôtel. So we pronounce it together with a contraction. We say l'hôtel. Okay, so secondly, we'll be looking at the aspirated H. That's the H aspiré. The H aspiré is also not pronounced, but it blocks liaison and elision. That is, for instance, we have le héros. Le héros. So we don't say l'héros. On dit le héros. We pronounce it separately. We have la haine. La haine. So we don't say laine. On dit la haine. We also have les haricots. Les haricots. So we don't say les haricots. No, on dit les haricots. So remember, the silent H allows liaison and elision, while the aspirated doesn't allow elision and liaison. All right, so number 3, we'll be going to the linking rules, which is la liaison en français. So the linking rule is what gives French its flowing sound. The silent letter is often broken by the linking. When a word ending in a silent consonant is followed by a word starting with a vowel or a silent H, the consonant wakes up and attached to the next word. For instance, we have les amis. We say les amis. Separately, the S in le is silent, but together it is pronounced les amis. The S sound like a Z, which is Z. Les amis. All right. We also have vous avez. Vous avez. The S also changes to Z and it gives us vous avez. We also have c'est une. C'est une. All right, so we'll pronounce the T together with the next vowel coming and it gives us c'est une. We also have grand tom. Grand tom. Yeah, the D changes to a T and we pronounce T. Grand tom. All right, number 4, we'll be looking at accent and special consonants. French accents are essentials. We have, for instance, the E with the acute accent. En français, on dit accent aigu. The E with accent aigu makes an A sound, like in café. And the E with the accent facing backward, or the E with the accent like a cap, is called accent grave and accent circonflexe. Create a more open sound, like in mer or être. So we say mer or être. So you can hear mer, être. Also, we also have the C with the accent under it. We call it cédille. Ensures a soft S sound, as in français, français. And then we have the double dot, which is tréma. Now the trémas separate a vowel from distinct pronunciations, just like in Noël. So we say Noël. And finally, the vowel combination. French has many vowel combinations that create distinct sound, often different from individual vowels. We have digraph, combines 2 vowels to make a single sound like AU or EU. We also have trigraph, combine 3 vowels to make a single sound such as E in E, which is EAU. Those 3 vowels come together to give us E, and it's pronounced E. Also form unique sounds. And then we have nasal vowel. So these nasal vowels are another key group. Nasal vowel when N or M follows a vowel. So here are some examples for the consonants. We have C and H. C and H gives us a pronunciation like sh, sh. So we pronounce like in shat, shat. So we have G and N, which is going to give us a nye sound, just like in montagne, montagne. We also have the OU, which is going to give us the U sound, just like in vous. So anywhere you see OI, it gives us wa sound, just like in moi, toi, and so on and so forth. So remember the nasal, we said with N or M. So anywhere you see AN or AM or EN or EM, we pronounce as un, just like in français. So anywhere you see AN, EN, pronounce français. So we have the ON, and it gives us on, just like in bonjour, bonjour. And then anywhere you see the IN, the AIN, the IEN, the IM, you pronounce it as un, just like in vin. We say vin. All right, this is what we're going to be wrapping up on this edition. But if you want more of this, do it to follow me on all my socials, like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Au revoir.